Picture an elite university that has existed for centuries. It was originally built for Disney royalty, but over time, the villains enrolled too, leaving their mark on the building. This is what I want to build in The Sims 4 today. I want to build a massive school with combined aesthetics for Disney princesses and Disney villains. We'll have themed wings where students can learn different subjects taught by Disney princesses and or villains. I want to create common spaces like dining halls and libraries. And I also eventually want to create shared dorms where a Disney princess has to share with a Disney villain and we can merge their two aesthetics together. It'll be good. I'm really excited to get started on this, but before we get started, we have a quick word from our sponsor. This video is sponsored by Gameloft, and this has been such a fun summer for Disney Dreamlight Valley so far. They just put out a brand new update today, and the game is currently on sale. More on that in a second. But in this new Pixel Perfect update, you'll be investigating some strange glitches happening in the valley. When a mysterious arcade machine shows up, you'll have to uncover the truth behind its appearance and help Disney's Wreck-It Ralph reunite with his friends in the valley. As you build your friendship with Ralph, you'll go on arcade-inspired adventures, take part in scavenger hunts, have friendly competitions, and more. Speaking of friendships, as of this update, friendship level 10 is evolving into best friends, which unlocks even more special perks and bonuses. There's a new Pop City Star Path with city core themed items and outfits. The premium shop is getting a nice new summery refresh. My favorite part being the new meteor shower sky environmental effect, which is perfect for taking dream snaps. There are new biome inspired crafting recipes, and Olaf's grand exhibition is opening 2 brand new rooms in this update. There's so much content in this update, I didn't even get to cover it all in this short time, but you can check it out for yourself. Click on the link in the description to download Disney Dreamlight Valley, and the game is currently on sale now until the following dates on screen. Thanks again to Gameloft for sponsoring this video, and let's get back into it. So where do we even start building something like this? I think there's only really one place to do it. I think today we're going to be building over here in Brightchester. This is the world that comes with the Sims 4 Discover University, and I think we're going to be building here on this library lot. I like that it's located right here in between the other 2 universities. Like we have Foxbury Institute and the University of Brightchester on the other side, so we can really just open up our own Disney University right here in the middle. I also love where this library lot is located. There's a really pretty street leading up to the library, and I have a pastel reshade on my game which turns the surrounding buildings into like these pastel shades. So that's why a lot of the buildings around here are pink. I can link that reshade below if you're interested, but we're gonna go ahead and bulldoze this lot. And for right now, I'm also gonna come up and change the lot type. For now, I'm gonna change this over to a residential lot type. My goal will be to turn this into a functional school where Sims can come and learn different subjects. And to do that, I think we'll have to use businesses and hobbies, but I'll show you how I'm going to do that a little bit later on. Okay, let's start building the shell, and while I'm building the shell, this is when I'm going to be thinking about where things are going. I want the entryway to be grand, like that's going to be the focal point, so that's where I'm going to be starting. I'm going to go in and add a couple bump outs right here, and in the middle, this is where the big door would be. I'm going to copy and paste this floor going up, and I think I also want the main entry part to be like the tallest part of the build, so I'm going to go ahead and build a 3rd floor, and then on top of that, we're going to do another 4th floor too. We can build another couple bump outs coming out like this. Maybe these ones can actually go all the way up to the top, and then I'll add a few more right here in the center. Those ones up top are going to be roofed pieces, but then here at the front, I'm just going to add a fence. Whenever I'm picturing a building like this, I always want the door to be huge. I'm currently using the tallest wall height on the bottom floor, and this is how big the door would look if I use that wall height. I want it to be even bigger, so I'm actually going to size it up, but then we're going to run into another problem. We can see that the archway itself is bigger, but now we have this weird wall space where the door is supposed to go. I'm actually just going to go in and delete the wall behind the door like that. We can keep this top part since it's kind of covered by that metal part coming down, but now it looks like this door is actually supposed to be that big. We'll run into some lighting issues on the interior, which we can just fix by adding a little entry area, but for right now, I like how that looks. I think I'm also going to add some towers coming out to the side. So I'm going to build them up like this, but I'm going to add smaller little bump outs on the side. Again, this is going to be for when we roof it. It'll make sense in a second, but also now this tower kind of looks like Mickey Mouse if he were block shaped. That one we made was 3 stories. I'm going to add another one over here, and this one's going to be 4 stories. And I'll do the same thing. I'm just going to add the little mouse ears like this. So it's not quite symmetrical, and I feel like our shell is looking pretty interesting for right now, but but I want to expand on this. This has to be big. I'm going to start building our shell out this way, and I actually want it to wrap around like this. This bottom floor is going to be where all of our classrooms are going to go. I have some fun classroom ideas too. Like I'm thinking we could do an entire ocean wing, and that could be taught by Ariel and Ursula, and maybe Moana too. We could have an art wing where Belle teaches literature and like Cruella de Vil teaches fashion design. I want to do a magic wing where Elsa teaches elemental magic. Maybe Maleficent can do dark magic. Jafar could do like magical artifacts. Ooh, and maybe Rapunzel could do healing magic. Okay, so that wing is kind of coming out to the side, and then we're gonna do one more, and we're gonna have that coming out this way. I don't have as much space on this side, so I think I'm gonna split it up. Again, we're gonna not make it symmetrical. I'll make this side a little bit smaller, and then we could actually have our own separate building right here. Maybe this could be where we put the magic wing, like, you know, separated from the rest of the building, just in case. But I also want to do a nature wing, like greenhouse situation, so maybe that can just kind of come out like that. Okay, I thought she was looking a little small, so I just expanded it a little, and now I feel like it's a good size. We're taking up a lot of the lot. In the middle here, I want to have a courtyard, so I'm trying to leave that open. I also added some more octagonal towers, and there's a little rooftop area back here too. Now I'm going to take some fencing from Discover University, and I'm just going to build out this front part. This is going to be where our main stairs will go. Then we can also have an entry leading up to the magic room, and I want my stairs to be in the same spot leading up to the greenhouse, so I'm going to try and make it so that the stairs line up perfectly on each side. I think they actually have to come out a tiny bit more to be perfect. Yeah, there we go. I like to count the tiles to make sure we're really getting it right. I think to match the surrounding buildings, I want this thing to be pink, so I'm going to go in with this pink wallpaper. And again, I'm keeping in mind that this was originally built for the princesses. But what we're going to also do on this build is we're going to slowly go in and add little features like that the Disney villains might have brought in. So our end result is going to end up being a combination of both. I'm going to go in and add some glass wallpaper where I know I'm going to want it, which is definitely going to be here at the greenhouse. And I think I'm just going to roof this right away too, because I know this is going to have a glass roof piece. So I can curve it out. This is just a half-hipped roof. We'll add some base game glass roof paint on there. And I'm also going to take some of that glass wallpaper and I'm just going to add it onto some spots on this build. Like maybe just at the front for now, so there's a little bit of cohesiveness. Okay, I think next we should probably roof this. And honestly, I think it's going to look a lot worse than it actually will be. Let's start with the towers. So I'm going to take a hipped roof and I'll add these onto the block Mickey Mouse towers. I like to use different combinations of roofing. So for this point, I'm going to use this heavy metal roofing from Eco Lifestyle. And then I'm just going to copy that and put it onto the other tower that we made. For the smaller points, I'm just going to take this and shrink it. So we'll have these other little points on here too. And I'm just using like a beige roof trim for now. We also need the octagonal roofing pieces. So I'm going to take those and do the same thing. We'll add those onto the other one. Ooh, yeah, that blue is going to look really nice with the pink. I think I'll keep the metal roofing going on this top part, but I'll pull this across and then we'll just cover this main bit. I also might make that a little bit steeper, but then for these little bumpos, I'm just adding a gabled roof piece. As an added detail, we could go in and use this flag roof trim for this bit. That's from For Rent, just to change it up a little bit. And then for this front part here, I'm thinking about adding some kind of detail. Ooh, like maybe we add this from Life and Death. I'm just gonna bring it out a tiny bit so it's hanging over like that. Then we're gonna have a gap, so I'm just gonna go in and fill that with a gabled roof piece. I'm lowering it down so it'll be hiding behind that piece. And then it's kind of hanging over, but then if we go in and add a thick trim like this, then it's actually just gonna look like it's resting on top of that piece. And then since we added that Life and Death piece, I'm also gonna go in and add these roofing details. We can add these roof crests on top. Okay, yeah, this is like the aha moment. I can see it coming together. I'm excited. Okay, I'm gonna keep carrying on. We're gonna use another half-hipped roof piece. I'm gonna change the roof paint this time though to brown. And this part is gonna be so easy. I just have to connect another hipped piece. And we'll use gabled roof pieces for this side. Maybe here we can bring back the little flags. There's that side done. And then I basically just have to do the same thing right over here on this side. We also need more trim going around, so I'm just adding that where I haven't added it yet. And then for this little building, I'm just doing something like that. Okay, here it is so far with the roofing done, and I just had an idea. I wanted to add something right here in the center, so I thought about adding this crest from Discovery University and just like sizing it up so it was super big like this. But then I saw this one, and what we can do is size this up and then size up two smaller ones and raise them up. So we're gonna have little Mickey Mouse ears. What else would we have to signify our Disney University? And now look at that, our crest is perfect. Okay, I think next we need to add windows, and I think I'm gonna do a combination of some different ones. So I'm gonna add these ones in from Discovery University. I like these ones and I'm adding them in gray so that when we start to add in villain decor, it'll match a little better. It can't all be nice and bright and pink here. Maybe up top here I can use some smaller windows. And I also wouldn't mind using some Castle Estate windows just to give it that older look that I'm going for. I added the Castle Estate windows along with some torches onto the Magic Building. And for the door here, I think I want to use this one from Vampires. There are other options on here too, like I could use this old cracked one. And then I'm thinking for the greenhouse door, we just use an archway so I don't have to add a glass door onto this glass paneling. Maybe we should use this one from Vampires too, but then around it I could use this art from Enchanted by Nature. There are some really pretty swatches on here too, like I could go for a darker one maybe for the villains, or this one is like gray, we've got a bit of purple in there. And I'm also gonna start adding some gargoyles around. These are also from The Sims 4 Vampires. I feel like they just scream villain. So they're going on top of the roofing. I think I want them to be perching over like this side too. Ooh, they do look kind of intimidating up there on the top. I also want them to go around the entryway like that. And I wanted to find some of the flags from high school years, like these ones with the little monster on it. I'm gonna put these next to the gargoyles. I think I want to bring in more of the vampire sculptures. I'm gonna also add this one, and that's gonna go around the entry. Also with that front door that we picked, I feel like it fits in with some of the villain vibes. I also knew I wanted a little bit of glitter going on here, so I added the Touches Starlight item onto some of the areas. That way we'll see some of the sparkles going on at night too. Okay, I think it's looking pretty good for all of the details. I added all of the windows, I added all of the lighting, I also went in and added some columns, and I added two back balcony areas here as well. I'm thinking in the middle we could keep going with our Mickey Mouse ears idea, and in the courtyard I could try and build a Mickey Mouse pond. I don't know how this is gonna work out. I'm gonna try and make the ears like this. Then we would have a section going like that. For the bottom of the face I can use another rounded piece like this, and we can bring it up, and then I just have to finish off the other ear on this side. I mean, it's definitely not perfect. We do still have a little bit of the blocky head going on, but you know what? I think it works. I'm gonna start filling in some of the walkways with flooring. I want this to look old, so I'm using this flooring from Journey to Batuu. Then we could do maybe a little bit of a newer flooring going like this. So we've just carved out some spaces there. And then thinking ahead for the landscaping, I think I want to bring this part near the entry up a little bit. So I'm just using some of the terrain tools and bringing that up. And I feel like it'll look better having the different levels for the landscaping here. Also for the landscaping, I was thinking it would be cool if we had half of it look nice and vibrant and alive, but then half of the landscaping on this side looking like it's dying, or the villains are literally sucking the life out of it. So like we'll have some nice pretty full trees and then some just dead like this. I also want to hide this ugly terrain here, so I'm gonna fill this up with some hedges. That already looks so much better. Then for outdoor lighting here, I want to add these torches. These are from Get Famous. They look really cool in live mode with the flame going. They're also giving villain. I also really love these outdoor street lights from Cats and Dogs. I think I'm gonna bring these in here too. Maybe we could go with a black swatch. These are strong too, so at nighttime they really brighten up a space. They also just look really nice. I love these iron benches from Lovestruck. I think I'll add some of these near the front, and I think they could also go around the fountain here. Oh, I also need to go in and add the actual fountains like these, so those are going to be going in live mode too. Oh, what is this? That's really pretty. This must have been a recent thing from the Lady Bridgerton's Masquerade Ball event. That's a really pretty fountain. Part of me wants to add two. Oh, I could have used use these as the Mickey Mouse ears actually. Does that look weird now though? I think it might. Maybe we'll have room for an indoor fountain somewhere. How about we just add the mini ones in here? I'll add those hidden in the landscaping. And I'm actually gonna move a sim in here right now so that I can see what all this is looking like in live mode. I wonder if I can find one of the Disney princesses that I made a long time ago. Oh my gosh, I have Goth Belle. Okay, she's moving in. I did a video where Disney princesses had to take on random aesthetics and create a sim. I'm gonna make a playlist of all of my Sims 4 Disney videos because there's a ton of them and I'll link that below. We're gonna do a little free real estate on, and Belle, you're moving in. She looks like she'd be more of a student than a professor. Maybe I can do a cast video too where I make the characters into professors. But for now, Goth Belle, girl, you're running the ship. She's so cute, I forgot about her. I don't want to show this off in the rain, so I'm just gonna cheat it so it's gonna be sunny and we'll fast forward a little bit. Ooh, it's looking so good so far. We've got the pond going, we've got the fire going. I think I'm gonna finish up some of the landscaping here and then we'll start to do some of the outdoor common spaces. So with all the landscaping done, this is how our Disney University turned out. Look at it, it's so pretty. I feel like it fits in so well with the surrounding area somehow. Look at it leading up from the street too. It just turned out looking so good. Here it is from different sides. I want to show you at nighttime too. There it is all lit up at night. It is stunning. I feel like it has a really good combination between the Disney villain and the Disney princess aesthetic. I love it. But now we're going to start working on some of the back areas. So back here, we've got two different decks and I think I want to add a pool here. And then inside near this spot can be where the ocean wing is. That's where we can teach like marine biology, oceanography, maybe a little mythology. I'm going to page down so that down here we can add coral and stuff. So I'm just turning on debug. We're going to go bb.show hidden objects and bb.show live edit objects. Turning that on opens the debug menu and this is where we can find all of the island living like coral pieces and stuff. I'm going to add all of this in. We could even add fish down here and like maybe the students could identify the fish by diving in here. We can add little starfish down here too. I'll change the pool bottom to sand and I'll just find like a stone wallpaper I can use around the sides. I just want to add a bunch of different plants down here from the ocean. We'll really fill it up and then I also want to try and add some fish. I think how we could do this is we can add a fish tank, just like one of the aquariums. I'm going to use this one because it has coral. This one's from Dine Out. Then I can go into live mode and we can fill up the entire thing with fish. I'm going to fully stock it. Now we're going to have these fish swimming around. If I go in live mode, you'll see them. Oh, and perfect. We even have bubbles. Now we can just take this and I'm going to put it down into the pool and I'll just hide the actual aquarium part. And then you can see we're going to have little fish swimming around down there. What we could also do is use one of the build stickers like this one. In build mode, it's just a sticker, but then when you go into live mode, it goes away and it should be replaced by fish. I feel like sometimes these don't work for me. I don't see any fish. Maybe it only works in the pond. It's fine. We'll just add a bunch of different aquariums and I'll just stock all of them fully with fish. We'll shrink them all and then we're just gonna have a bunch of fish in there. In you all go. Okay, cute. Our pool now has fish. Since this is meant to be a spot for learning, I'm gonna add some tables out here. This combination from Enchanted by Nature kind of gives mermaid to me. So I'm gonna add these here. This pergola from Island Living would be really pretty over top. I'm gonna add that in black for the Ursula aesthetic. I wanted to add this diving gear. It's from Island Living. Unfortunately, it only has one swatch and it's kind of ugly. So I'm just gonna hide that part with a plant. And then I'm also adding this desk here. It matches the tables I have from Enchanted by Nature. And maybe if we have an outdoor lesson, this is where the teacher could sit. I want to save a lot of the combining aesthetics for the interior, but I can't help it. I want to add a crystal ball here, a fish bowl. We could have some books here scattered on the desk. We could add this live coral thing. We could also add some of the buoys over here. These are from Cats and Dogs. I originally had some torch lighting going on here, but I think I'm actually gonna add this, like the orb lights from Realm of Magic instead. We could do one blue for Ariel, one purple for Ursula, and now we've got our outdoor pool learning space. Obviously, Sims could just come swimming here, or they could use it as a study spot. But yeah, that back part will eventually connect onto the ocean wing. This one here could potentially lead into the art wing. So like we could add a piano out here, but then I think it would also look nice if we had some easels and then they'd be painting out onto the street. They'd have a view. I can do two more over here. We can add a sculpture here by the door. I did say Belle was going to be teaching teaching literature in the art wing. So I'm gonna have this bookshelf out here, but then Cruella de Vil is gonna be teaching fashion design. So I think we need an animal print chair. We need to pull this together somehow. I can add the dog decor from Cats and Dogs, but then we could add little roses out here for Belle. I added some more plants back here, and I'm also just gonna add some other things from the artist studio kit, like this caddy. On there we can add some brushes and supplies. Oh, and actually wait, this is where I should have put the dog. Someone can be in charge of painting, maybe Rapunzel. Then we can have little frogs that we're painting. Cruella is making them paint the dog statues, and Belle can be making them paint like a teapot. Now that we've brought Rapunzel into the art wing, I feel like we need a little bit more of like some pink and some purple around. Again, we're going to be doing so much more decorating once I do the interiors, but I think for now, I like our little back spot here for the art wing. So that's both of the back areas done. I think what I want to do before I wrap up this video is figure out a floor plan and secure each of the classroom spaces. This way, when we do the furnishing in the next video, we can just go straight into it. So I'll have stairs leading up right here. These are going to go up to the dorm area and the common area. This can be a classroom in the back, and I'm thinking this could be the royal classroom. Here we could be teaching things like politics, diplomacy, and leadership. The professors could be the Queen of Hearts. We could do Lady Tremaine from Cinderella. Mulan could do like military strategies, and maybe Tiana could do leadership. As the placeholder, I'm just gonna pick some wallpaper that I think could represent that, just so for the next video I know where I'm leaving off. So this is gonna be the royal classroom. We already know that over here is going to be the ocean wing, so I'm just gonna add in some of this wallpaper from Eco Lifestyle. For our professors, we could do Ariel for marine biology, Ursula for dark magic of the seas, Moana maybe for like navigation and wayfinding, and maybe we could do Captain Hook in here too for naval combat. I'm gonna have this big blue door from My Wedding Stories, and then leading over to this side, this is where we let out onto the art balcony. So this will have to be the arts quarters. We've got Belle for literature, Cruella for fashion design, but then we could do Rapunzel for illustration and painting, and literally any Disney princess for music. This spot over here had the greenhouse room, so this is gonna have to be the nature wing. We could definitely have Pocahontas in here for ecology or something. Mother Gothel could do magical plants, and I need someone else for nature, someone else who's like planty. So okay, nature wing figured out, then I want to do the animal wing right next to it. Again, I'm not gonna keep these crazy wallpapers probably. This is sort of just as a reminder for the next video so we know where we left off, but for the animal wing, I think it would be ironic if we had Scar teaching predator ecology, Jasmine teaching big cats and conservation, so like the two would have to work together, and maybe Snow White teaching animal behavior. And that just leaves us over here with the magic room, which I mentioned before, but Maleficent can teach dark magic, Elsa can teach maybe like elemental magic, and we could have Jafar in here with magical artifacts. Okay, that's gonna pretty much cover the bottom floor. We can add some bathrooms into like wherever we have space later as well. We still have so much room up here for the dorms and common areas, but I think in the next video we're gonna tackle these classrooms. This is probably gonna end up being a multi-part series. I want to make the professors. I think the dorms would be an entirely separate video too, so if you guys have any ideas or things you want to see me do in this series, let me know. Fair warning, you guys are gonna hate me, but the next part to this video probably won't be out until early next week. I'm currently away for a wedding on the east coast of Canada, so that's where I'm gonna be. Don't worry, I'm gonna try and get this out as soon as possible for you guys, but make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the notification for when the next parts do come out. In the meantime, I'll link that Sims 4 Disney playlist below, and if you guys like the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.